Watch you guys, it's 5 o'clock on Thursday. It's the last weekend in June coming up, and this is my first trip out since coronation weekend. On that session I was on Willowbank at Todber Manor and I was in swim 1. This session I'm on Willowbank at Todber Manor and I'm in swim 1. Got down about 3 o'clock, a bit later than I expected, and I've got my mate with me, Alfie. Because he's here with me, the first thing I've done is put the bivvy up to give him a base so he knows where he's meant to be. I've got the rods out using the bait boat, so they've not been out too long, but yeah, we're fishing and we're here until Sunday lunchtime, so we've got a good few nights ahead of us, so fingers crossed we get amongst a fish or two, and we'll see what happens. There's been a few fish out down the other end. The wind is hacking down this way. It's been very warm the last few weeks. It's been very warm, but it's just starting to cool down. Yesterday and today a little bit cooler. Lovely bit of sunshine at the moment, but it's a fresh wind, and tomorrow is meant to rain. So yeah, perfect conditions. So hopefully the fish think so too. And yeah, anyway, like I say, the rods are out, the bivvy's up. I'm going to sit down and relax, and I'll catch up with you in a little while. You know what I mean? Come on in. Good evening guys, just gone 8 o'clock and it's quite chilly. I've had to put my bottoms on and my hoodie, I even got my hat on. So yeah, it's got a bit chilly in that wind, especially in the shade. So just a quick update. I've had a couple of funny knocks. I've redone the right hand rod because I had a bit of a lift on it that went tight and pulled the rod round, and then not shortly after the left hand rod sort of beep 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 beep, and I thought I'm hitting that. I hit it and there was nothing there, and I think the fella next door has just had a take, so I'm going to go and investigate, see what's going on there. But that's a catch up, and apart from the fact that there's no fish, I did have a lovely chili con carne from Tesco's, one of their finest, chorizo in it, absolutely delicious, with some tortillas, which Alfie shared with me. So yeah, that's the update done. I'm going to see what's happening next door, and I'll see you in a bit. Morning guys, just gone 6 o'clock, and it's been a very quiet night. Had a few knocks and twitches, all 3 rods, mainly the right hand rod, and a couple on the left hand rod. A couple of occasions where they've pulled up, I've thrown the bag off, and by the time I slipped the Crocs on, the bobbins have settled back down and I've just left them. So yeah, that's about the action for the night. And the wind died down in the night and it started getting a bit warmer, so yeah, it wasn't a cold night at all. So didn't get too much sleep last night with the odd knocks and things going on, and every time I moved, he's on it, he's up, wondering what's going on. So I have to get him back in his bed, cover him up, and then worry about myself. And he'd just seen a duck behind the camera. But you leave it alone, you. So yeah, that's where we are. I'm having a cup of tea and keeping an eye on the water. And there's a bit of fizzing going on out there. I did hear a few little splashes in the night, and one early this morning right in the corner beside me to my right, but no signs of any monsters. But we'll see. We've got time on our side at least at the moment, so we'll see what happens. And he's keeping an eye on those ducks, so I'll catch up with you in a little while. You're a funny one, you aren't you? Watch guys, around in about 9 o'clock, had a walk up the shops, took Alfie for a walk, come back, put the rods out, and I've changed the position. The middle rod is on the right hand bank, whereas it's going almost straight over on the opposite bank. Not been out there that long, only about 5 minutes, and this mirror took the bait. Alfie, you can get out of the way. Come sit round here. Come here. I'm not too sure, probably about £15, maybe 16. Mid to upper double. I'm not going to bother weighing him, but it's a fish. First one of the session, hopefully not the last. Alfie, you're in the way of the camera. Come on, round here. Round here. There we go. And he's gave a very good account for himself, and he's still trying to as well. But Alfie loves the fish. So there he is. About £15–16. Alfie's in the shot. And yeah, first hopefully of many. We'll see what happens. But I'm going to get the rod back out and see. Give it a go. Alright. Alright. Well guys, just gone 4:20. I was just having a little bit of a snooze, catching up on my Zeds from last night. Me and Alfie are both on the bed chair, just chilling, and a couple of bleeps. Well, the right hand rod started knocking, so I've gone running out. The family had ducks on the line, so I thought I'd quickly have a wee. I was just having a wee in the bushes, and middle rod, same rod I had earlier fish on, was away again, and this is 15-pounder. Lovely mirror. There he is. So again, £15. I weighed this one, it's £15 on the nose. And yeah, second fish. And just about 24 hours of fishing. I've probably started about this time yesterday. So yeah, it's pretty slow going. Compared to last time, I've had 2 fish. So I've still got a little while yet. Hopefully we'll get amongst some more. I'll quickly show you the other side. I think the other side's better. I'm going to get some propolis on the scale there at the middle, under his belly there. A little bit sore, so I'm going to get something on that. But the other side is the better side. And there it is. Right, so like I say, I'm going to get him back, get the rod back out, and hope we get another. Watch it guys, it's about 6:15. I thought I'd do a quick catch up because I've not been doing much vlogging. So I've had the 2 fish today. Both of those came on the same rod, both on the OG Fish bottom bait, hardened hook baits with a little 10mm pop-up on the top, using my doubled over rigidity section blowback hair rig. So yeah, so that's, both fish came to that. Apart from that, not a lot happening. Just been tying some new rigs up just in case, and I've ordered some food from the takeaway up by the shop, so I'm going to see what that's like tonight. I've got a chicken burger and chips, so yeah, I look forward to that. Should be here soon. And it's just started raining, so the reason the camera is inside the bivvy and I'm outside, so I'm going to get back inside the bivvy, turn the camera off and catch up with you as and when anything happens. Watch guys, it's 10:15. It's starting to get dark. Not a lot's happened. Had those 2 fish. Since then I've redone the left and the right hand rods. Since redoing the rods, I had a sort of indication on the left hand rod and think I've been done by craze. What I had done when I reset that rod is I put a bottom bait inside the Fox armour mesh to stop this from happening. But even then, the bait has come back completely chewed out of the mesh. It's gone. So I've gone back to the hardened hook baits, and fingers crossed we get fish tonight. But there's the lake behind me, and fingers crossed we get another chance. Anyway, I'm going to retire to the bivvy and I'll catch up with you if anything happens. Good morning guys, it's just coming up to 7 AM and I've been up for a little while, but not because of fish. Yeah, nothing's happened. I've had a few knocks and bleeps in the night, but I woke up about 5 and I was getting a bit anxious about whether the baits are still on. With these little knocks and twitches I'm having, whether that's the crays pulling at the baits. Yeah, so I was thinking, am I sitting here one of the best bite times without any baits on? So I forced myself out of the bag and yeah, round the rods in, and yeah, ironically they were all perfect bottom baits, and the pop-ups were all fine. So I've done that for nothing almost. But what I thought I'd do, and it started raining just as I reeled the rods in, I thought I'd get them back out. And what I've done is, as the rods were out, the first rod I put out, I've walked around to the opposite bank, controlled the boat from the opposite bank, dropped it under my feet and spread a bit of pellet and boilie in the area as well, and came back, put the rod on rest, pulled the boat back in, and yeah, the other two rods, the middle rod and the right hand rod, are in the same spots as they've been going into. However, I have just moved the right hand rod just a little bit further away from this milfoil sort of weed growing, and I'm just wondering whether I'm too close to it, maybe even landing in it when it goes in. So I've just gone a little bit over more to the left as you're looking at it, into a clearer area. But so that's it, state of play. I put a scattering of boilies and pellets in the spots where I've put the baits as I was walking around, and yeah, just sit on it and hope something happens. It's been very, very quiet. Yeah, like I say, not a lot happening. I've seen a couple of fish show on the far bank up to my left, a swim or two down, but that is about it. Oh, and a couple of small ones literally over my right hand rod, jumped clear of the water. They're probably only about 8 or 9 pound, probably the same fish to be fair. So yeah, not a lot to go on, and like I say, it's raining, and yeah, me in the house, he's nicked my bed chair, we're confined to the bivvy. So I'm going to put the kettle on and hope for one of the rods to go off, and if it does, I'll let you know, and if it doesn't, I'll still let you know, but I'll catch up with you soon. See ya. Watch guys, not sure what the time is, probably about 10:30 I reckon, but middle rod, same rod as the others, just went away with this little, dare I say, Alfie, come round here, come round here. This little scaly banger. I don't know how big he is, just over 10 pound, 10, 11, 12 pounds, something like that. But yeah, no monster. There's another fish, fish number 3. You want to say hello, Alf? Let's come here. Come here, kiss, kiss. You want to say hello to the fish? Yeah? Yeah. So there he is. Pretty little thing. He's got some lovely scales on him. Show the other side just so you can see for yourself what he looks like. But there he is. Very pretty. But he's made a bit of a mess. He caught up with me right hand rod. So I've got 2 rods to sort out now. So I'm going to get it back and catch up for a little while. But yeah, OG fish, bottom bait with a little pop-up topper. So yeah, doing the do. Watch guys, it's about midday. I had a change of plan. After that fish wiped me out earlier, I put the middle rod back where it was, but that's now my right hand rod. But my right hand rod I've leapfrogged over and I've put it in the open water near the pellet feeder. And yeah, not long after, this little common, pretty little thing, not exactly what we're after though, is it? We want bigger than this. This is tiny. So I'm on pest control, but at the end of the day, they're all welcome. But yeah, fish number 4, little tiny common. Anyway, I'm not going to mess around. I'm going to get straight back. Watch you guys. So I was just putting that little common back, literally just putting it in the water, and my left hand rod just gave a couple of beeps. Or did I knock it as I was putting the fish back? Anyway, fish released, and bang, the left hand rod shot off. And it's this, best fish so far, handsome. Ready for this? 20 pounder. Happy days. Look at that. Finally broke the 20 pound mark on this session. So 20 pound on the nose. So I'm happy with that. Very, very happy. Alfie's a bit bored with the fish now. He's sitting over by the side, so that's not a bad thing. You get a better look at it. But yeah, 20 pound mirror. OG fish once again. So yeah, really good. I'll show you the other side. Come on. And there you go. There's the other side of it. Absolute beauty. So, going to get it back. I've only got one rod fishing at the moment, so I need to get the rods out, especially if this is a bite time, which it appears to be. So, going to get the rods back out, and I'll catch up with you in a bit. Happy days. Evening guys, just gone 7 o'clock, and sorry I've not been doing much vlogging, but I thought I'd have a quick catch up. It's difficult vlogging when you've got Alfie. He tends to follow you around, and every time you do something, he's got his head in it, wants to know what you're doing. So yeah, it makes filming a little bit tricky, but anyway, 5 fish so far, so it's a bit better than we were at this morning with the 2. So, and a 20 pounder, so I'm pretty happy now. I think, you know, it's not a fantastic session, but it's not a bad session, so I'm happy. And got one more night left. I'll just put the rods out for the night. Same tactics, OG fish all the way. I've got the 14mm hardened hook baits with a little 12mm pop-ups on the top. I think they're 12mm. But anyway, the little pop-ups matching. So yeah, just match the hatch colouring, no fluoros or nothing. And the rigs, I'm using the same rigs I used last time. So if you watch the coronation weekends fishing that I've done in this swim, it's the same rigs as that. So it's the doubled over rigidity section, and using the size 4 choddy hook, fox chod hook, and the D rig, the fluorocarbon D rig, again using the size 4 choddy hooks. So exactly the same setup, and I've had fish on a combination of the 2 different rigs this session. Feeling confident if the fish are there, I'm going to get the pickups, but I feel like I had a bit of a bite spell earlier. Maybe the fish moved down briefly because the wind had started changing and coming down this way again. It's been a funny old day. It started off quite chilly, damp, drizzly, strong winds, and the wind during the day has turned round, and the sun's been out in patches. When the sun's been out, it's been absolutely gorgeous, albeit a bit windy. The wind is a bit chilly. But the wind's turned around, hacking back into this swim again. Yesterday it turned around and went down the other way. So the wind's pushing into this bay, so that could be a good thing. But yeah, we'll see what happens. But I know there's been several fish out up the other end over the last couple of days, and I feel like I've been out of the loop down this end. I think I've been in the wrong spot, albeit that it's a nice comfortable spot with Alfie. He likes, you know, there's no one keeps walking past because he's nosy. He keeps coming out and having a look, see who's there, and he won't relax if people keep walking past. So being on the end is perfect with him. He's, you know, no one comes up to you. It's nice. So nice and relaxing session, which is what I needed with the boy. He's getting on a bit, like me. So yeah, it's nice and chilled, and it's nice to have a few fish. But like I say, I've got one more night ahead. The rods are all back out. I've got one straight over towards the left-hand bush in front. Again, I showed you that last time. Right-hand rod is halfway down the right-hand bank, going towards the pellet feeder, but not next to the pellet feeder. And the middle rod, that's the only one that's really changed. That is now level with the pellet feeder, just a little bit short of the pellet feeder and about 2 rod lengths to the left of it as you look at it. So it's a little bit short, 2 rod lengths off. I'm fishing on a tight clutch, so if it goes, it shouldn't be able to take any line, and it should just kite short of the pillars that hold up the pellet feeder. So that's the theory. We'll see what happens. But I've had 2 bites on that. I didn't tell you that, did I? I did, after putting the 20 back, I put the middle rod back near the pellet feeder, the same spot I was just telling you about, and I had a pick up, had the fish on, and there it goes. Oh, I've got to go. Nope. So that's the middle rod. Again, here it goes. Yes, I think we're in. If it goes again, I'm going to hit it. Let's get it back, see what's going on. Yeah, I'm going to hit that. Nothing there. In fact, I say nothing there. Not what we were after. Let's get him back. Right, so as you just see, had a little skimmer bream. Definitely not what we were after, but that was the one towards the pellet feeder. And show you the rig I'm using. A little bit mauled up now with that fish. Don't know if you can see that there. But anyway, I'll get this back out. I'm going to have some tea and I'll catch up with you in a little bit. Okay, so that was my first ever bream out of Willowbank. Mind yourself on that hook, Alfie. Come sit over here. So, yeah, get that rig reset and back out on the spot. And then I'm going to have my tea, which is the green curry and the sticky rice. Lovely. By the way, the burger I had last night from the cafe was lush. It was very nice. So if you do come down here, what they do is you phone up, tell them what you want. They bring it down to the car part of the lake that you're fishing, whichever lake you are. They won't come to your swim. Fortunately, I'm right next to the car park. And yeah, you pay there and then with a card machine to the lovely lady in the car. So yeah, it was very nice. Deep fried chicken burger and chips and coleslaw. Yeah, I would have it again. But tonight I'm cooking for myself. So I better crack on and I'll catch up with you in a little while. Right, you guys, just gone 8 o'clock. I'm cooking my green curry in the Ridge Monkey down there. And while I'm cooking it, I heard a funk and I thought, what's that? And I thought, I know that sound. That's the sound of a bobbin hit and a rod. And it's my middle rod. And yeah, it looked at it's pulled up nice and tight. I don't know, I don't think I must have turned the alarm on from last time. But anyway, that's the middle rod over towards the pellet feeder, and it turned out to be like an 8-9 pound mirror, smallest one of the trip so far, apart from that bream. So anyway, I got it in, unhooked it on the mat and put it straight back. I didn't bother filming it because I want to get my curry cooked and I want to eat it, and I'm not even putting the rod out now until I've eaten my dinner. So I'm going to get this down my neck and get the middle rod back out over towards that pellet feeder and see if we can get something a little bit bigger. Once anything else happens, I'll let you know. So hopefully catch up soon. Morning guys, just coming up to 7 o'clock and no fish in the night. Plenty of little knocks and twitches. Again, I've thrown the bag off a few times, ready to run out, only for it all to settle down again. But there's some fish showing in the swim. Now I'm in a dilemma time again. It's whether I've reeled these in to make sure the hook baits are on, with the crayfish activity that's been going on. So yeah, dilemma time. So I did have a few knocks and bleeps, like I say, and that could be the crayfish picking at the baits again. So I'm not sure what to do. So what I might do in a minute, I might reel one of them in, hip dip, you know, and see. And then if that bait's not on, then I definitely will change all three. If it's on, I'm still going to be a bit like that about whether the others are on. But who knows? I just don't like disturbing the swim this early in the morning. And like I say, there's fish showing out there. And one just showed between my open water rod and the one on the right hand bank. So yeah, it's hard to know what to do. So anyway, leave it with me and I'll get back to you and let you know what I decide on. I'll speak to you in a bit. Okay guys, so I decided to reel the left hand rod in just to check the baits. That's the one that's straight out under the bush opposite. Had a few knocks and twitches on it through the night and pulled it in, and as you may be able to see, just going to stop. The bait is still well and truly on there. So I pulled that in for nothing. Gutted. Right, I'm going to get this one back out there. I'll put a fresh bait on anyway. And yeah, I might leave the other two as they are for the moment and see what gives. Watch you guys, so as you can see, the slow pack up is taking place in the background. It's about 11 o'clock now, so I've still got 2 hours to go, but I think this could well be the last fish of the session. Fish number 7. It's a little scrappy mirror. Right hand rod, OG fish again. There you go. He's only about 8-9 pound, I guess. Maybe a bit bigger. I'm not entirely sure. It doesn't really matter. But anyway, so as you can see in the background, I'm slowly packing down. So this is probably going to be the end of the video. So I'm going to get him back and get the gear loaded away. If anything happens in the meantime, obviously I'll let you know. But thanks for watching. It's not been much of a video, I know. I've not done a lot of filming. But 7 fish. It's better than no fish, isn't it? But I was hoping for more, if I'm honest. Can't really complain. It's been a good time. Me and the house have had a good time. He's sitting over there in the shade. So anyway, get this one back and I'll see you in a bit. Okay guys, so literally proper last knockings. I've not even got the big camera out. Fellas down the bank come to do the video on my camera. I'm being lazy. But yeah, left hand rod under the tree, straight opposite this little mirror. Now if I'd have lost this fish, I'd have sworn blind it was a monster. He took me from the tree right over to the pellet feeder, and I had to do everything I could to stop him. I ended up walking with, holding the spool, and I ended up 2 swims down trying to stop him from getting to the pellet feeder. Turned him round, landed him in the next swim down just so he didn't get me other lines. And like I say, he's no monster. I thought he was, but more than welcome. And yeah, this is probably almost definitely the last fish of the session, and I'm not going to bother putting the rod back out that he came on. So anyway, thanks for watching guys. Until next time, be lucky.